Okay guys, so today we're looking at the first parts of geometry, and it's all to do with these things here and understanding what they mean, okay, and how to draw them. So the first one that we're looking at is a point. And a point is really easy because it's just a dot. That's all it is. It's a point. And we usually give it a name. So I'm going to call this point T, okay? The next one here that we need to look at is a line, okay? And a line extends through 2 points indefinitely. So it means it can go on forever, okay? So that's a line, okay? The next one is segments. So segments are on a line. So let's just say we've got a line and then we've got a number of points in our line. Let's call them A, B, C, D, okay? Now all of these are segments, okay? And what I mean by that is if I was to draw, say, find segment AB. Segment AB starts here and it extends to there, so between those 2 points. I could say find segment BD, and segment B starts here and then it extends to D down here. So we have different segments that we can build within a line, okay? A plane. A plane is basically a flat surface that extends indefinitely in all directions. Okay, it extends indefinitely in all directions. That's a plane. Collinear points. If 3 points lie on the same line, they are collinear. Okay, so they're collinear points. Lines, at least 3 points that lie on the same line. Now, an intersection. Okay, an intersection is when we have 2 lines that intersect at a point. Pretty obvious. Think of 2 roads. We have an intersection. Now, we can have, lines can be concurrent if more than 2 lines meet at the same point. So if there was more than 2 lines meeting at the same point, we would call it concurrent. Okay? Array. Array is a good one. I like rays. Rays start at a point and then they extend indefinitely in one direction. So they start and then they extend. An array, we always give it a name. So this ray we're going to call ray EF. So that would be ray EF. Okay. A vertex. Okay, a vertex. So let's just say we've got a ray. Okay. And it's going off in this direction. Okay. And then we have another ray that goes off in this direction. Okay. Basically what we have here is we have created, and we've got our ray EF, and let's say we've got a ray down here called ED. We have just created a vertex. So a vertex is where 2 points meet, okay, to create an angle for us, okay? And that leads us into our next point, which is naming angles. So sometimes we have multiple angles or multiple rays coming out of one individual point. Okay, so let's say we've got a few here. Let's call this one B, point B. And now if I was to say to you, name angle DEC. Name angle DEC. So firstly, I would need to look here at my shape. Okay, and I need to look for point D because we're looking for D, E, C. So I'd look for point D. So here's point D, okay? And then the middle letter is your vertex. So the middle letter here is E, okay? And then the last letter is C. So I would draw an angle marker where DEC is to show that I understand where that angle is. Now, if I was to say to you, what angle is this angle here? Okay, what angle is that angle there? You would need to look at this and you would need to go, okay, where does the angle start? What line does it start on? And it starts on line F. Okay, so you would name it like this. You draw a little angle and you would put F. Okay, it goes over the top of the vertex of E. Okay, and then it ends over here on line C. So you would notice that we've actually skipped over D completely. So sometimes, just like our segments, you can skip over points, okay, if you're describing bigger angles. Now, we always answer those questions set out like that. You can, however, do it in reverse order and it's still correct as well. So I could also write C, E, F, okay? Now, today's unit of work is all going to be on these points or these topics, okay? So you need to understand and you need to learn. You're going to have to write out and draw these things like points, lines, segments, rays. You're going to have to name some angles. You're going to need to know what an intersection is. And it just takes a little while to understand. Now, there's some really good things in the key ideas for this chapter where all of this is written down and you can refer back to, okay? So good luck with this and make sure you ask questions if you need any more help.